Good morning everyone. In this session we are going to look at the topic MS Excel. This MS Excel comes under the category of MS Office. This MS Office is an office package. Office package means it contains collection of office applications like MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint. Last class you have learnt about MS Word. In this session we are going to learn about MS Excel. First of all, let us see how to open MS Excel. To open MS Excel, you have to press start button on the keyboard or you have to press start button on the taskbar. Let us see one by one. So first I am going to click the start button on the taskbar. After clicking this start button, you will be getting a guide board. In this guide board, you'll be having a lot of applications. Sometimes you will get this Microsoft Office Excel directly from the guide board, or if it is not available, you have to choose all programs, then MS Office, then Microsoft Office Excel 2007. After clicking that MS Office Excel, you will be getting a page like this. By default, it shows the name Book 1. If you like to change the name of the title, you can able to change. Before that, let us see the components of the MS Excel. This is the title bar. It shows the title on the screen. In this upper left corner, you will be having a quick access toolbar. As the name itself, you can understand the meaning. Frequently accessed commands available in this quick access toolbar like save, undo, redo, print preview. Or if you like to add any other commands in this quick access toolbar, you can able to add. For example, I am going to add open here. So this open command added into the quick access toolbar. So why we are adding this open here? We can directly get this open dialog box from the quick access toolbar. Okay, in this upper right corner you will be having a minimize button, restore button or maximize button, then close button. If you click this minimize button, this document placed on the taskbar. How will you come back to the previous position? Again, you have to click this same option. It will come like this. Okay, so this purpose we are using this minimize button. So next one, restore. If you click this restore button, the window will look like this. Then once again if you click this, it will maximize. Next, close button is used to close the document after completing the MS Excel. Okay, let us see one by one. As I told you already, this is a title bar. It shows the title on the screen. After the title bar, we have a menu bar. After the menu bar, we have a standard toolbar. After the standard toolbar, we have a formatting toolbar. This all the tools we have already discussed in the MS Word. Similarly, this MS Excel also have the same menus. Here we have a dialog box launcher. Because if you click this small icon, one dialog box will appear according to the alignment. If you click this small icon, you will be getting a number format cells dialog box. So that purpose we having a dialog box launcher here, and except this title bar, this portion is called a ribbon. What is that? Ribbon. Okay, next after that we have a name box here. Name box, here we have a formula bar. It shows the formulas on the screen. So that's why it is called a formula bar. So next, this is called the active cell. By default, the active cell will be in the A1 address. So I will tell you one by one. If you place the cursor here, this name box shows this address. Now I am in I9th position. So if I am placing the cursor here, now I am in C7th position. So this name box is used to show the location of the cell. Okay, and this formula bar is used to display the formulas on the screen. So this is called what? Active cell. it will be looking bold compared than other cells. Actually this is not a boxes, it is called a cell because cell is the intersection of rows and columns. Okay, so next at the bottom of the screen we'll be having a sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 option. So why they have given this sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 option? We can able to maintain the data separately in this sheets. Okay, for example I want to maintain the 6th standard details, I can able to maintain in this sheet 1. Then in this sheet 2 I can maintain 7th details, in this sheet 3 I can maintain 8th details. So that purpose they have given this sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. This is default. Okay, in case if you like to create more sheets, you can able to create by the help of this insert worksheet option. If you don't know the name of this option, no problem, just you have to place the cursor on the icon, it shows the name. Okay, now I am going to click this insert worksheet option. Again one sheet will be create like this. If you like to rename these sheets, you can able to rename. How will you rename? Press right button, then select rename option, then here you have to type. So I am going to type 6th standard. In this sheet 2 I am going to give 7th standard. So press right click, then choose rename, then 7th standard. So likewise you can able to change the name of the sheet. Okay, so next we will see how to calculate the data. Before calculating the data, let me explain what is meant by data. Data is the combination of alphabets and numbers, but in Excel some data are called labels, some data are called numbers. Okay, for example if I press numbers, can we calculate this number? Yes, you can able to calculate this number, but we cannot able to calculate the alphabets, isn't it? So this is called labels. Okay, let us see how to calculate the values. Before that I will tell you which is column name, which is row name. So this is called a column name, this is called a row name. Because why I am mentioning here column name and row name means then only we can able to find the cell address. Okay, for example now I am placing the cursor here. So how will you identify the cell address of this active cell? E6. First you have to mention the column name, then row name, because I told you already intersection of row and column is called a cell. So how will you identify? E7. Now how will you identify a C6? This is the way you have to find the cell address. Why? Because then only we can able to calculate. Okay, now I am going to type Jairam Higher Secondary School. Before that I am going to zoom the page. To zooming the page you have to press Control key and roller. So can you see the difference? This is the way you can able to zoom the page. Now I am going to type Jairam Higher Secondary School. See, if the text is too long, this text come out of the column, isn't it? So then you have to press wrap text. The first line automatically comes to the next line. You no need to give enter key for that. Why? Because we have pressed a wrap text option. Okay, so next I am going to type some data here. For example, name and marks. I have given some example data here, and I am going to give some values. 70, 100, then 40. So now I am going to apply the formatting options. So before we applying the formatting options, you have to select the required text. Okay, first you have to select the required text. So now I am going to select this column to this column. So now I am going to merge this two columns. To merge these two columns, you have to choose merge and center option. It will merge like this. Next you have to select this whole data. Then you have to choose margin to set the margin for this table, because in MS Word, how will you create a table? You have to choose insert option, then table, then you can create a table. But here already they have given in the format of many boxes, so that's why we have to use margin option to box this data. So I am going to select this data, then I am going to give all border option. Okay, so this is the way you can able to apply a border. And also you see here, this is not in a proper alignment, isn't it? So how will you make it as a proper alignment? First you have to select the required data. Then here we have an option. One is top align, next middle align, next bottom align. So now it is already having in the bottom align option. So now I am going to give middle align. Can you see the difference now? It becomes middle. Next, some data is having in a left alignment format, some data is having in a right alignment. So I am going to change it, select the entire data. I am going to give this center option. You can use center option or control plus E for center. That and all you know, because you have learnt in the MS Word itself. Okay, so now I am going to apply the chart. To applying a chart, you have to choose insert menu, then chart. Okay, let us see how to create a chart. So before that, I will tell you how to apply a color for this title. To applying a color, you have to choose a underline option. Here we have an small arrow mark. If you press this small arrow, you will be getting a color palette. So I am going to give red color. Okay, to make the letter bold, you have to choose bold option or control plus B option. It becomes bold. To italic the word, you have to choose italic option or control plus I option. Can you see the difference? Yes, the letter look like it's slanting position. If you want to underline the text, you have to select the text, then choose U option. The particular word becomes underlined, or you can use control plus U option to underline the text. Okay, so how will you highlight the text? You know that what is the purpose of highlighting? If you find any important words when you're reading, okay, that then we will underline the, then we will highlight the particular word. So I am going to select this word, then I am going to choose this highlighter option, then select color. I am giving yellow color. If you like to change this highlight, you have to choose no color. Okay, this is the way you have to format the text. Okay, next I am going to move to teach about chart. Next I am going to select the required data, because I told you already whatever the formatting options you are applying, before that you should have select the required text. In case if you forget to select the data, what will happen? Whatever you are doing, it won't apply. Okay, choose insert, then click chart option. Here we have a different kind of charts. So here directly we can get chart dialog box, because we have a dialog box launcher here. So I am going to click this small icon. After clicking that icon, you will be getting a insert chart dialog box. In this insert chart dialog box, you will be having a different variety of charts: line, pie, bar, area, XY, stock, surface, definite, bubble radar. You might be seeing in the news channels nowadays. Corona statistics will be displayed by the help of bar chart and pie chart, isn't it? Why they are using that chart for displaying corona statistics? Because it is easy way of representation than the data. So that's why they are using that charts. So pie chart and bar chart as the frequently used charts. So I am going to give this pie chart here. So after clicking this pie option, you will be getting a different variety of pie charts. So I am selecting this one, then click OK. It is too big, isn't it? So if you like to decrease the size of this chart, you can able to decrease. For that you have to place the cursor in the corner, then you have to drag like this. again you have to drag to increase the size. So this is the way you can able to create a chart. And also not only creating chart, you can able to apply different styles for the chart and different colors for this text. Let us see one by one. So now I am going to place the cursor in this chart. So here we have a format option and design option. So I am selecting design to apply different designs for this chart. So here we have an arrow mark. So I am going to click this. After clicking this, it contains a lot of styles, isn't it? So I am selecting any one of the styles in this. Okay, and also I am going to change the color of this text. For that you have to go to format menu. So now I am going to change the text color. So can you see the difference? See, if you place the cursor here, the color is changing according to the selection. Can you see the difference here? So this is the way we can able to give a text outline. So now I am going to give yellow color. Text fill means inside the font you will be having a color. So I am going to give red color. Can you see the difference now? So this is the way we can apply a text outline and text fill. And also you can give a text effects. If you click this, you'll be getting a lot of options: glow, reflection, shadow. So whatever the options you need, you can able to give. Can you see the difference now? Is this changing? Yes. So this is the way you can able to give a text effects. Okay. So now let us see how to insert a picture. To inserting a picture, you have to choose the same option. Okay. You have to select insert menu, then picture. After choosing that insert picture option, you will be getting a insert picture dialog box. Here I am going to select some pictures from the predefined options. Picture option is there. I am selecting this. Sample picture is there. So I am selecting any one of the designs in this. So I am selecting tulips. Then click insert. It is too big, isn't it? How will you decrease the size? I told you already. You have to place the cursor on the corner. Then you have to drag like this. How much you want, you can able to decrease the size. And also you can change the shape of this picture. Let us see one by one. In this format you will be having a lot of predefined picture styles, isn't it? So if you place the cursor here, you can able to change the shape. Can you see the difference here? If you place here, it will be changing according to the style. And also here we have a picture shape option. If you like to change this picture as a star format or cylinder, smiley, can able to change. So I am going to give star, 5-point star. So select this, it will come like this. So this is the way you can able to change. Okay. So if you like to increase the size of this picture, you can able to increase. How will you increase? In the same way, you have to place the cursor on the corner and drag it. So like this, you have to increase the size of the picture. And also you can able to give the brightness. Here we have a brightness option. Once if you click this, here we have options. Can you see the difference? So according to the value, it will change. You can give the brightness like our television. And also we have a contrast option. Okay, here like this we can able to give. Okay, next we will see fill series. It is very important. Fill series option. So first I am going to enter some values here. I am going to enter 2. Then select the cells, how much you want. Before that I am going to increase the size of the spreadsheet. Select this data, then go to here we have a option. One is fill. After clicking this fill option, you'll be getting a down, right, up, left. If you click down, the same data will appear in all the places, all the selected places. Okay. So next I'm going to give 3 here. Select the cells where you want. Then choose fill option. Then up option. The same data will come to the up position. Why? Because we have selected up. Okay. Next I'll teach you what is meant by dialog box, fill series dialog box. So I'm going to enter 4 here. You have to select the required cells then go to fill option, then here we have a series. After selecting this, you'll be getting a series dialog box. So here we have a type option. Linear means addition, growth means multiplication. Okay, so linear means, first I'm going to tell you how to add a value. So step value I'm giving, for example 4 plus 3 7, like this. I'm going to give 3 here, step value. Then stop value I'm going to give 30. Okay, see the difference. 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 3 13, 16 plus 3 8 19, 19 plus 3 22, and 22 plus 3, like that. Why it didn't come? We have given the stop value as 30, but it came up to 22. Why? Because we have selected the cells up to this 22, so that's why it came like this. So this is the way we can use a fill series dialog box. In the same way you can use growth option. Let us see one by one. And I'm going to give you a value 2. Select the cell, then give fill option, then click series, then give growth. Growth means what I told you, multiplication. So I'm going to give 2, then here I'm going to give a stop value 10. Okay, wow. So 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, but we have given the stop value as 10, so that's why it has stopped up to 8. I hope you all understood this. So next I will tell you how to create a smart art. For creating a smart art, I am going to open a new sheet. So how will you create a new sheet? You have to choose this insert worksheet option. So here I'm going to give insert smart art. So after selecting this, you'll be getting a choose a smart art graphic dialog box. In this dialog box, in this left side, you'll be having a lot of predefined options: order, list, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationship, matrix, pyramid. So I am going to select hierarchy. According to the purpose you can select. It is mainly used for the organizational purpose. So you can able to create a organizational chart, flow chart, by the help of this hierarchy. So I am selecting this hierarchy now. So I am selecting this one. After then click OK. After selecting this, it will come like this. Okay, if you like to increase the size, you can able to increase like this, and you can able to move wherever you want. So here I am going to give A, B. So here if you need extra text box, you can able to create. How will you create? First you have to select this predefined text box, then press right click, then choose add shape. After clicking this add shape, you'll be getting a lot of sub menus. In this you have to choose add shape after. Okay, one text box will be appear like this. So I'm going to give C. So here I'm going to enter B. For example, I'm entering these values, but you can enter as you like. B2. Okay, so here we have a C1. I'm going to type C1. If you like to create more text box here, you have to select this text, then press right click, then choose add shape, then choose add shape after. Okay, the chart will come like this. In case if you like to create more text boxes after this B1, you can able to create. Let us see how. First you have to place the cursor here, then press right click, then choose add shape below. Next here I am going to give another text box, add shape below, add shape after I'm going to give. It will come like this. If you need a standard format, first you have to place the cursor here, then here we have a layout option, choose layout standard. It will come like this. So this is the way we can able to create a smart art. Okay, and also you can able to change the color of this smart art. Let us see how to change the color. For example, you are giving the separate color for the main title and another color for the subtitles. You can able to give. First you place the cursor here. Here we have a change color option. You can able to change like this. Yes, you can able to change like this. So now let us see how to calculating the data. So I'm going to open this sheet, text standard. So I'm going to cut this because we are going to calculate now. So I'm going to cut. So I'm going to add some extra values here. Tamil, English, Maths. So I'm giving some sample values for here. 35, 34, and 90, and 45, 32, 71. So any values, for example I am giving these values. So how will you align this cells? You have to select the required text, then choose center text option, then middle. Okay, so I am going to calculate this value. Can you add the alphabets? No, we couldn't add, so I am going to place the cursor where I want to type the formula. So that's why I am placing the cursor here. So every formula should start from the equal symbol. Equal sum. We are going to add the values, so I am going to use sum. Equal to sum, circle bracket you have to use. Then you have to mention the first cell address and last cell address. So what is the first cell address? B3. Okay, so next colon symbol, you have to use colon symbol. Again you have to mention the last cell address. What is the last cell address? 45. Last cell address D3. Do you know what is the first cell address? B3. What is the last cell address? D3. Then close bracket. Then press enter key. The first row has calculated like this. If you like to calculate remaining numbers, you can able to calculate, but you no need to use formula for that. Just you have to place the cursor at the bottom of the cell and drag like this. You can able to calculate. Okay, this is one method. Now I will tell you the another method. Delete it. Just you have to place the cursor and drag how much you want to calculate. Just you have to drag. Every formula should start from the equal symbol. Equal sum of. Now I am not going to type a formula. Directly I am going to get the formula. Let us see how. First you have to press close open bracket. Select the data, then close bracket, then press enter key. So how will you drag? You have to place the cursor at the bottom of the cell and drag it. Okay, this is the way you can able to calculate. In case if you like to subtract the value, you have to use minus symbol. If you like to multiply the value, you have to use star symbol. Now I am going to multiply these two values. So first you have to mention the cell address, isn't it? So what is the cell address of this 55? C3. So I am going to type C3. Then press star key on the keyboard. Then what is the cell address? D3. Okay, then use close bracket to close this data. Press enter key. This value has calculated. So this is the way you can able to do multiplication. For subtraction you have to use minus symbol. Okay, so next I will tell you how to calculate the data by the help of predefined functions. Okay, first you have to select the data, then you have to place the cursor here. Here we have a auto sum option. After clicking this auto sum option, we'll be having a sum, average, count numbers, maximum, minimum, more function. Okay, so I'm going to give sum already we have seen. I'm going to give count numbers. So it shows the number of cells in this spreadsheet. Okay, and I'm going to press enter key. So how much values are there in the cell? 1, 2, 3. So that's why it shows 3. Okay, so I'm going to place the cursor here and drag. It shows the count value of this another row. Okay, so this is the way you can able to use this auto sum options. Okay, I hope you all understood this video. After listening this MS Excel class, definitely you will work with the computer very efficiently. Thank you.